Hello. Today we are with the founder and CEO of Adaptive SuperStars, Brittany. So we're just going to dive right in and ask Brittany what Adaptive SuperStars is.
Hello, I'm Brittany Helwig, and Adaptive Superstars is an organization, a nonprofit that focuses on bringing meaningful recreational experiences to people with disabilities. And if you've heard of us, you probably know us best by our dance program that we have had for coming up on 5 years.
That is, I think that's how we found you from one of your dance performances on Instagram or Facebook, and the pictures are amazing. And seeing the kids do that, really touches our heart. When did you start? And then we'll make that a two-part question. When and how did you start this program?
Sure. So let's see. We started in the fall of 2019, and I had wanted to kind of get back into a professional setting after having kids, and was looking to do possibly a dance program for people with visual impairments. I had previously been a teacher of the visually impaired. I worked at a couple different residential schools, and then also as an independent contractor and for school districts. But I always loved the recreational side of things and giving those types of meaningful experiences. So that's really what I wanted to focus on when I was going back into that professional setting. So I ended up just asking the studio that my daughter attends to if they would be willing to host this type of program. And they said yes. That's at St. Augustine Dance Conservatory, and Lori Ladwig was generous to allow us to be our host studio. So that's how the program started. We started with 8 kids, and we opened it up for anybody who wanted to come have that dance experience and make their ballerina dreams come true and just have a fun place to enjoy dance. So
That's amazing. And it's not even just about the child, it's about the parents getting to see their child do that as well.
yeah, I mean, I hear a lot from parents that when they found out their child was going to have a disability or had a disability, whenever they kind of found out about that, they had different things that they thought, okay, is my child ever going to be able to do this? So that's a big part of going through having a child with disability. But I love that we always want to bring those meaningful experiences because it truly just takes a little creativity for people with disabilities to be included in those types of, specifically what we focus on, recreational activities. So we love that we get to bring those things to life for them.
That's amazing, and I'm sure it's very appreciated by the parents and the families.
Yeah, and speaking of the families, I mean, it's a great time that the parents can connect with one another. If you come to one of our classes, you'll notice it's kind of a loud environment, and I'll never say like stop talking, because I know how meaningful it is for the families to be able to chat with each other, share resources or stories, or just support or whatever they're going through. Especially this past session, we had like a group of dads hanging out and chatting, and we, of course, the moms are great, and they all loved that time of connecting and have built some great friendships during that time. So
That's amazing, and the ability for them to do that. And you created that environment for that. You've got to feel special about that.
yeah, I really do see they, like you said, like they are appreciative. They always are just like, um, yeah, we have the greatest families in our program, and it truly is like an environment of love all around. And just being able to know them and their stories is something that touches us too. So it's a very mutual community that we've built.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so with that, who can participate in the dances? Like, do they have to have a certain disability? Is it all disabilities, and what are the ages?
Yeah, thank you for that question because I would say that that's something I'm pretty proud of. That other dance programs you might find they might have a minimal ability requirement, or they might hone in on one type of disability. But we basically have tried to keep it as far like sorry we have tried to keep it open to anyone who's interested, who says, I would want to take a dance class, but it's not a great fit for me. So we say, come take our class. We want to we want to adapt it to you and your needs. We want anyone and everyone who wants to be a part of that to come and be a part of our program. So that's what we've tried to do, but we have a variety of disabilities, and that's what makes it pretty special and beautiful. And um, so it is kind of a interesting way that we're always doing different things and balancing the aspects of the class to try to meet everybody's needs. Um,
That's
and the way that I feel like we accomplish it the best is through our volunteers and our buddies and partners. They allow us to kind of hit on what everyone's needs are the best. So
and that's I guess where your name comes in, adaptive. You're adapting to. And it's amazing that you have the volunteers and the buddies that help
Yeah.
you adapt the program and fit the needs of the children and the students. That's
yeah,
incredible. How many
exactly right.
how many how many buddies or volunteers do you have?
Okay, we have 26 dancers right now, so we try to have around 26 volunteers um, helping out with everything. So yeah,
So in your time, you said you started in 2019. You said you started with what, 8, and now
we
you're at
started with 8.
26.
Wow.
And so also, if you notice the date I gave, we gave the date so we went through COVID basically is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah,
So we went to 8, then down, obviously through COVID.
right.
We were doing some online classes at that time, and then back up as people kind of got more comfortable coming back out again, and then kind of like organic growth by word of mouth, like throughout that time. So now up to like 26 dancers. So little slow growth throughout. So that's been great. And
Yeah,
the same really with volunteers too.
Hmm.
So
that's amazing. And so, where are you located, and where do you have people that come visit you from?
we are in the South St. Augustine area, but we have people from all over Northeast Florida. So as far north as Jacksonville, as south as Palm Coast, and then as west as Palaca. So it's a pretty widespread area that we have participants from.
Wow. Wow. So you have about 26 kids or people in a class, correct?
So
Or
we have 4 classes going right now, and we cap each class at 10
at 10?
participants. Yeah.
Is there any openness to registration still? Can people still register to be in the classes?
We do have a few more slots in our newest class, which is our pound class. It's a drumming inspired class
Oh,
that's kind of like a fitness drumming inspired format. And we thought it'd be a good fit for if any boys wanted to join our program, as well as people with high energy that like to have a lot of the feedback in what they do. It's very rhythm based. Here's our
oh, wow.
drumsticks we use, and we have a participant who's visually impaired, and she does such a great job of picking up on the patterns we do. So that's been fun to watch her do that class and enjoy that class. Um, so yeah, and then otherwise we have 2 ballet classes and then a jazz class.
Wow, that's awesome. Sounds like fun.
It is fun. It is fun. And, I came into doing this with kind of the mindset that I would use a lot of my teaching background in terms of helping kids reach goals and almost like sort of with the feel of like a therapy, but like you said, it's fun. The parents have really honed in on the social aspect and the fun aspect, and that this is just a great community to be a part of. So that's what we try to do. Just keep everything super fun, super light, like just going to dance class like anyone else. So
That's so cool. And so how many performances do you do a year?
we right now we do 2 sessions a year. So we do 2 performances a year. And we do one performance in the fall that is kind of like our own special performance. It allows us to kind of show just how amazing our families and our students are, our dancers are, what beautiful things people with disabilities can bring to the world, and just is a night that celebrates our dancers. That's our fall performance. And then in the spring, we kind of hone in more on the inclusion aspect, and we join in with our host studio for their recitals. They call it a gala, and then they do a ballet. So this spring, we're working on our the Little Mermaid ballet for our ballet classes, and then the recital for our pound class and our jazz class. And they'll get to be a part of the big, over 150 other dancers, a big part of that recital. So,
That's amazing that they're working with you and you have that relationship, and to bring your classes in with them and really give that aspect of getting everybody involved. I love that.
I think it is too. I mean, we have gotten a lot of volunteers from St. Augustine Dance Conservatory, and the directors there are very supportive of the program, and using dance to help other people and benefit other people, and um, I think I'm so thankful that we have them in our corner and helping us grow our program. So.
And I think we were going to talk about it a little bit later, but you guys also have a performance coming up at our Resource Expo. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. We're so excited. We haven't really done anything like this yet, so it's awesome to just feel like we are able to come and just show at an expo like this. It reminds me of some things I did growing up dancing in the community, just going out to different community events. So I love that that you asked us to do that, and yeah, we're excited. We're going to have two of the songs we did in the fall. And we chose these songs because the lyrics are great at, they have such beautiful lyrics that remind people that everyone has a light to shine, and that everyone has a place to share their story. So that's going to be kind of the feel of what we do for the expo.
That's so fitting for what we're looking to accomplish and do with this expo, and bringing you guys in and to have that performance. I hope it helps, grow your program and show everybody, showcase what you're doing in the community with these children and families, and also showcase that just because their child might have special needs doesn't mean we can't have these things like you're
Yeah.
doing, and what you're doing for the community. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're truly excited, and Aurora's really worked hard at bringing all these resources together and coordinating everything. Um, and it's at the Mall 2121, so it's going to be inside this year. We're very excited about that, and they've been amazing to work with as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
They're gonna provide the tables and chairs and tablecloths for everybody, and then gonna supply um, the area of the mall, and the open area in the middle is where you guys are going to do the performance. So it's
Very
exciting.
nice. I look forward to seeing all the vendors, and who knows what types of collaborations can come out of that. So very
Right.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For everyone listening or watching, it is on April 13th at Mall 2121 in St. Augustine from 1 to 3.
Yes. All right. So we had a couple more questions. Sorry, I kind of skipped around, but Aurora, what did I? Where are we?
I know I forgot to tell you, but our age.
Yes.
We
Yes.
start at age 4, and then there's no maximum age of who could participate. We have the youngest around 4, and then we have adults as old as 30 years old that come and participate in our program.
I love that you give everybody an opportunity, and there's no like you fit the person you're serving rather than turning people away. That's fantastic.
Thank you. We've had a lot of good success and people that have been just such a good fit for our program. And so I think the parents and the participants do a great job of knowing this is something I want to get involved in versus us saying, yes or no, you can come or not come. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you accept donations for Adaptive Superstars? Can people donate?
So we do some fundraising and we accept donations. Our fall performance was one of our fundraisers, as well as we raise funds out with different community organizations. The cost for a dancer for one session, our parents pay about $165, but the cost, including all the aspects of the production and the organization, are closer to $250.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have a little where we're raising money for different things, and we like to add special things beyond just the dance class too. So that's what we kind of raise funds toward as well. And then we also offer scholarships
Mm-hmm.
we never want financial need to be something that deters people from joining our class. So we offer scholarships.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then the last question I have is, how can people contact you?
We have a website,
Mm-hmm.
which is adaptivesuperstars.com. And then probably the place that has the most videos and pictures to get a good feel is Instagram. And that's Adaptive Superstars, at Adaptive Superstars. And then our Facebook page is Adaptive Dance Superstars. So you can kind of follow us along on there. And that's probably the best way to get a hold of us.
I I absolutely love your Instagram. We at Tender Care we're big with our social media.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty decent following, and we've really do a lot with social media. And your social media and the pictures and your stuff is amazing. Again, I think I said it earlier, but it really touches your heart. And if you're in like the business we are and the community, when you see someone serving the special needs community and making a difference, it's really amazing. And I've said all this whole episode how much I love what you do, but I really do. It really touches my heart. No, I appreciate what you do, and I don't, I know you have the fundraisers, and how often does it happen where you might not, or a family might not be able to, or you're looking for someone to sponsor a scholarship for a family?
We try to stay ahead of it, obviously, as much as we
Right.
can. So for each session, we probably have between 2 and 4 families looking for a scholarship to participate.
Okay.
Yeah.
If for your next session, if you're looking for someone, I would love for Tender Care to offer
Okay.
scholarship for a
Awesome. Thank
family.
you.
So you could put us down for that when you need the payment or however you want to work that out. Let us know because I think it'd be incredible to give a family an opportunity to have that.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you very much for offering that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming on today. It's been a great to get to know more about what you do, and we also just seen something about a ski trip. Could you tell us more about that?
Sure. So like I mentioned, I used to be a teacher of the visually impaired. And besides having a dance program previously, I also was a sponsor for ski trips for residential school for the blind. And I just saw how meaningful that activity was, that it allowed people to grow in their confidence and just get out in the world and have so many different types of learning experiences. So when I started Adaptive Superstars, I had it in the back of my mind that we would be branching out into other recreational activities beyond dance. So ski was the next one I set a goal toward. We went out to this past spring break. We went out to Winter Park, Colorado, and they have the National Sports Center for the Disabled there, which is just a fantastic organization with lots of volunteers who are very high level skiers and who have trained in working with people with disabilities. So I might teach dance, but I'm not doing any ski instructing. So I'm just surviving out there myself. So, but we had a great trip. We had 3 participants this year, and they all went with a parent, a caregiver. And for some of them, it was their first time seeing snow. For all of them, it was their first time skiing. And we had let's see, one of the stories that we had Allison, who was participating using a sit ski, and we did skiing in the morning, so it was from 9 to 1, and she did so phenomenal. She had a guide who they had such a good bond, and Allison was so great with her balance on the sit ski. They skied for 4 hours every day, all over the mountain, more harder slopes than anyone. And they said we've never seen someone who could balance so well on a sit ski. And Allison, and I'm going to give a shout out to Horseplay Therapy, has been a part of Horseplay Therapy since she was tiny, I think about 2 years old. And then they also credited the dancing for Allison. That was also another thing that helped her balance. And she had a blast skiing so much. And we had epic snowball fights, built snowmen, all the winter adventures you can think of. So it was a great trip.
I can't lie, I'm a little jealous of that, and to one, for the trip, but 2, to get to witness or experience the kids seeing snow for the first time and skiing for the first time. Could you tell me a little bit about how that made you feel?
It was I could tell that, especially going back to the parents, they were just like so thankful for this opportunity, that even some of them didn't know how it was going to go. They said, what if my child doesn't like get into it? What if they don't ski? And we said, that's not the point. We wanted to give you this experience, and we'll make the most of it all that we can. There's no pressure to, for any outcome. But all of them just loved like that first time they held the snow, and it was so cold. And obviously living in Florida, it's completely different. Just the beautiful snow on the trees and just the scenery. There was so much that just kind of they opened their eyes to for the first time. So it was pretty special being able to experience that and see them as a family get to do that together. So it was awesome.
Well, I wish you a ton of success with that, and to see that you've put these things in place and done these things to help the families and the children experience it's pretty impressive.
Thank you. I think that, I went in thinking that I wanted to help and bring this to people, but I think all of our volunteers, and I say, like, this is such a mutual community that we also benefit so much from having these relationships and having this community. So it truly is a joy, and it's just wonderful to be a part of.
Wish you nothing but continued success with that. That's incredible. And
Yeah.
again, thank you for what you do, because you don't. There should be more programs like yours. There should be more things like this around the United States. We hear a lot of times there should be more people and more services what we do. And yes, I agree, but when you're able to bring more of that family dynamic and give the families an experience like you are doing, we need more programs like yours, around the world.
Oh, thank you. And we all have a piece of that whole picture. You know, what
Yeah.
you bring, what we bring, it creates a whole picture for our families. So we're
And
happy to.
that ties into, the name we've named our, it takes a village, and we're building our village here. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I love it.
Did we miss anything, Aurora? Were we good? Yeah.
We are good. Thank you so much, Brittany, for being on the second episode of this podcast. We really appreciate it. And we encourage everyone watching to check out Adaptive Superstars. They're amazing. And also to see them at our expo, our Special Needs Resources Expo on April 13th, 2121 from 1 to 3.
And we'll be there with our ribbons.
Yay. We're excited for that.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yep. And thank you everyone for watching. Bye.
Bye.